I am so excited for this spa day. Candles lit, music on, hot tub warm and ready. And then my chronic hives come back. Again, in the middle of my spa day. What a wet blanket. Looks like another spell of itchy red skin. If you have chronic spontaneous urticaria, or CSU, there is a different treatment option. Hives during my next spa day? Not if I can help it. Learn more at treatmyhives.com.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Fiscally responsible, financial geniuses, monetary magicians. These are things people say about drivers who switch their car insurance to Progressive and save hundreds. Visit Progressive.com to see if you could save. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary, not available in all states or situations.
Welcome to the Monday Show.
Oh, hey everybody. Welcome to the Monday Show.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Monday Show.
Keep it down, Jeff.
Now, Wolfman Jack, why don't you get back in your den of sin?
I will. Hey everyone, welcome to the Monday Show. I am Adam Todd Brown.
Hey, it's me, Jeff, and my microphone cord came out. That's exciting.
That's fun. Yeah.
Hey, it's me. It's Jeff.
Hey, Jeff's back.
Yeah.
Back to the Monday Show.
Back to life. Back to reality.
Here's the dirty little secret about that song. It's their only good song. I listened to the album. Not great.
Sometimes there's only one good song by a band.
Yeah.
Do you know how hard it must be to get one good song?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I think about that a lot. When you think about people that have multiple hits, you're like, that's got to be real hard.
Yeah. Or just one hit.
Yeah.
Anyone can write a good song, but for that song to become a hit?
We make jokes, but lit, good for them.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Are we calling Lit a one-hit wonder?
I think they had two, because they also had that "You Make Me Completely Move," but that was after My Own Worst Enemy exploded, and they're like, we can do this again. And then they're like, we'll put Pam Anderson in this video. And then, you know, it got some traction.
I really fucking liked that Lit album. I liked it a whole lot.
Seems like they were pretty good.
I saw them in concert back in that era, in their heyday. And Jeff, they fucking ruled.
Seems it. I remember they were on an MTV Cribs, and the guy's just like, yeah, see this house? It's My Own Worst Enemy bought this house. That's pretty nice. Thanks for listening. And it was like the most down-to-earth version of that I could possibly see, where he's like, yeah, man, we grill around here. That's, you know, you guys listen to the song, so I bought this house. That's really nice of you.
Yeah, good for them.
I like a guy who is making karaoke music for angry stepdads and stuff like that, but they talk and they're just the most down-to-earth regular person.
Yeah, good for you, Lit. They're still doing it. I think they were at Yamava or something recently.
Oh, we could have gone to Yamava?
Yamava is the weirdest venue on the planet because they only have the one theater, but you get anyone from fucking Lit to Mariah Carey.
Janet Jackson. We did The Bowl and Yamava.
Yeah, and then it'll be Hoobastank the day after Janet Jackson. It's like, how are they doing the same room? That does not seem correct, but
yeah.
It's Yamava, baby. So how are you doing, Jeff?
I mean, pretty good. The birthday week, you know, wrapped up.
Oh, was it your birthday last week?
Yeah. Last week it was my birthday. So,
get it, Brett.
You
know, the hardest part of this show for me is the beginning of the show.
Nice.
Because that's when I have to spend all sorts of time. Because I had asked if it was your birthday, and then I didn't. I stopped listening. But when all I really want to talk about is what I've been doing for the past 7 days. You like it?
Yeah, no, I saw that. It's a pretty big guitar. It's like the double neck.
It's about to get real intense. It's a hefty guitar. It cost me
it looks expensive. It's like the size of like a bicycle.
So, yeah, we're back. We're back from me interrupting Jeff. It was Jeff's birthday.
It was.
Last
I hit
week.
the 4s, Adam.
On No King's Day.
That's right. And I was going to go to one of the No Kings protests. And then the last one I went to, everyone just kept calling me officer and being weird at me.
Oh, sure.
And I was just like, okay, I get it. I look like an undercover ICE agent.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm making people more uneasy by going. So I skipped this one. I went to the last one.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if I got some of those vibes if I went to one of those protests. Dad doesn't have a car. It's very hard for me to get to protest. Yeah. But on the bright side, I protest 5 days a week in my job. So there's that.
I protest by experiencing joy because that's a true form of protest.
Wow. That's heavy, man.
Yeah. Instagram told me that.
Yeah. Yeah. That's deep. That's.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. It's how I can also feel good about not doing anything.
Oh, sure. Yeah. That's more important.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. I don't want to do shit.
No, but I want to experience radical acts of joy.
Correct.
And that is a form of protest in of itself.
Yeah.
So in a way, I am the hero by making myself have good times at all times.
Yeah. By making sure you just have fun through all of this, you're the real winner, you know?
And a real hero.
Real hero. Absolutely.
And a real hero.
Real American heroes.
Remember when they had to change that after 9/11?
Yeah.
The real men of genius. They got a year of real American heroes, and then 9/11 happened, and they're like, we're going to change that up a little bit.
I used to have a CD with nothing but those real American hero and real men of genius ads, and I listened to it a lot. They were very good. All right. Should we get to our first segment?
No.
No.
I'd rather experience a radical act of joy.
Here we go. First segment.
Thanks, Trump.
Thanks, Trump. Let's talk about the East Wing.
Yeah, the East Wing going beast mode. Wait, what East Wing?
The East Wing of the White House. Because there's the West Wing, you know?
I've heard of that from TV.
Yeah, it was a promotional tie-in to the TV show. We named part of the White House the West Wing.
That was Aaron Sorkin's fantasy on what politics will never be like again.
Correct. And then, Jeff, you got the West Wing, and then there's an East Wing.
The East Wing.
Yeah.
That's the Atlantic Wing.
Or I should say there used to be an East Wing.
Wait, is the East Wing gone?
It is gone. Trump had it destroyed. I feel like this is a thing that, on the one hand, understandably, people are like, we got bigger fish to fry. We got kids in cages. We got ICE kidnapping people off the streets. I don't care about the East Wing of the White House. I also don't care about the East Wing of the White House, but I care about what this says symbolically.
Yeah, context is important in this. And the thing about that side is they'll be like, oh, now you're even worried about renovations, and they'll show you all the other renovations that have been done to the White House in the past. And they purposefully avoid explaining the context of why something is done, because once they do that, they start to realize that they're wrong.
Yeah. And you're seeing it kind of on both sides where, you know, people on the right are like, well, the White House gets renovated all the time. And then you got people on the left who are like, we got bigger problems. I can think about more than one problem at a time.
If you think that we have bigger problems is a viable thing and a viable reason to not address something, I'm so sorry that you only have the ability to focus on one thing.
Yeah, I feel like we might not be in the predicament we're in right now if people were able to focus on more than one thing. But hey, that is water under the bridge, baby.
Or at least understand and address those things.
Yes. So for one thing, just the symbolism of this is really bad. Presidents are not supposed to be able to make changes to the White House without congressional approval. So this is Trump not just saying, fuck you, Congress, I'll do what I want to the White House. He's literally destroying half of the White House.
This seems like an attempt for him to try to create a physical legacy, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. In the future, what do you do with something like that? Do you keep the ballroom and use it?
No, I could see this being a thing where Trump's probably not going to live to see the trials that emanate from this. And I think he's kind of banking on that. You know, The Hague will be tomorrow's problems for Marco Rubio.
All the people that helped him. Yeah, that's the other part too. Yeah. And what a perfect way for somebody like him to leave this plane of existence is to make everybody who backed him up have to pay that price. I would like him to also have to deal with those repercussions as well. But I do like that the people that enabled him are hopefully going to have to answer for their behavior.
Yeah. And after they do, I could legitimately see this White House ballroom being torn down and the East Wing being rebuilt. I could absolutely see that happen.
For another $250 million or whatever it's going to cost.
Yeah.
You know,
this ballroom is supposed to be bigger than the rest of the White House. It's massive.
Cool. Well, at least food stamps are being canceled.
Yeah. As we record this, I think it's 900,000-ish federal employees who are not getting a paycheck today because of the government shutdown. Very cool.
Get out of town.
Yeah. But, at least we have money to build this ballroom. And Trump claims him and his friends are just going to pay for it. So it's not even taxpayer money. And on the one hand, great. I don't believe you. I think you're lying. But also, that still means there is money that could be thrown around to help people who are struggling right now. And instead, it's being thrown around to build a ballroom for Trump to host his friends at the White House.
If we're making it Mar-a-Lago North.
Yeah, essentially.
Which, cool.
Yeah. And again, it's going to be a means for Trump to entertain visitors at the White House. Like representatives from the government of Qatar, which...
Oh, for sure.
I brought this up on What in the World last week, and I want to bring it up again. That thing where Qatar is being allowed to build a military base in the United States is all you need to know about how bullshit this administration's claims of, oh, you're anti-Israel? Well, you're anti-Semitic then. If you're opposed to what's happening in Gaza, you're an anti-Semite. I wish people would put two and two together when it comes to that. And I don't know who would call them on it, but you can't, on the one hand, be like, you're anti-Semitic because you oppose genocide in Gaza, and then let Qatar build a military base in the United States. Qatar owns Al Jazeera. Al Jazeera is arguably the most pro-Palestine major news outlet there is.
Oh, they also own people.
Well, yeah. They got that whole kafala system, and that's how we pulled off the World Cup in the middle of the desert.
What a great way to let Qatar know that we are in solidarity with being a terrible, terrible group of people holding an international sporting event.
It really does feel like that is kind of our aim on the world stage right now, is to let as many people as possible know, hey, we're tyrants now, and we support other tyrants. We're done pretending we are the world police. We're done pretending we're liberal. We are bad guys. It's great.
We are the bad guys.
I mean, at least we'll always have that song. It'll probably be our national anthem someday, which that'd get me up. I would stand for that.
If I would stand for Billie Eilish, yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'm going to pledge allegiance to bury a friend.
So not just the cost, not just the symbolism, there's also a little bit of a dog whistle aspect to this. And that dog whistle is being directed at misogynists and the trad wife types, because the East Wing historically has been where the First Lady and her staff operate out of. That's where First Lady's offices are. All of that's going away. I haven't seen any suggestion that, oh, well, all of that stuff is going to be moved to a different part of the White House. It's just, no, that's gone, and we're going to put a ballroom there instead, which you'd have to be willingly lying to yourself to think that doesn't, with this administration, imply women, not that important to this government.
Yeah. Speaking of women, a big shout out to Elizabeth Warren for her Freudian slip. That was just absolutely wonderful. Did you hear it?
I did not.
She called him Donald Cunt. Like in Congress while speaking.
That is amazing. And it was right there. How have we not been calling him Donald Cunt this whole time?
Because we didn't want to go to jail.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true.
Don't you understand? This is double speak or whatever.
So, yeah, there's that aspect to it, too. This is where the First Lady is supposed to operate out of. It's also another example of the Trump administration just straight up fucking lying to everyone, because when they announced these plans in July, they were like, we're just going to remodel the East Wing. We're not going to tear it down or anything. And then immediately torn down.
Yeah, JK, LOL.
Yeah. And this is a quote from Carolyn Leavitt about the change. The plans changed when the president heard counsel from the architects and the construction companies who said that in order for this East Wing to be modern and beautiful for many, many years to come, for it to be a truly strong and stable structure, this phase one that we're now in was necessary. And the president wants to do right by the people's house. And so that's exactly what he's doing. The people's house?
What an absolute pack of ghouls.
They sure are.
Happy Halloween. We're run by fucking ghouls.
Yeah, I still am absolutely convinced that they want violent protests so they can justify postponing the midterm elections. Because the next time we are allowed to vote, these motherfuckers are going to get wrecked. I know we have it in our heads that, oh, Trump supporters, they'll put up with anything. Yeah, a small fraction of them will. But there's more of them, I think, that will not.
I still am blown away that so many people went for it a third time after seeing how 2016 went. I mean, I've always said, too, I will forgive people that voted for him in 2016. If they say, I made a mistake, we fucked up. I totally get that. If you exist in such a way where you can't do that, congratulations, you're an asshole too.
Yeah.
But I don't fuck with anybody that voted for him the third time. At this point in time, if you did that, for whatever reason, there is no reason for me to be okay with that.
Yeah. And here's the thing. I feel like there's a difference between being all right with a person. I probably won't ever forgive that. But if that person wants to oppose Trump now, by all means, please.
Sure, welcome. But the thing, too, that I find very interesting, and I know this is going to be very polarizing, but this idea, and people say this a lot, don't get mad at the people that didn't vote the way you wanted to. Get mad at the Democrats for not offering a good solution. It's like, sure, I already am mad at the Democrats. I have been for quite some time. But also, I do believe that individuals do share some responsibility for how things end up. That's how voting works.
Well, of course they do, because how many times have we been told you can't complain if you didn't vote? So I feel like, given that, I get to complain if a motherfucker voted in a way that's going to hurt the future and direction of this country. And I feel like a lot of people did. And yeah, we'll talk about another story later that,
great,
if you're still supporting Trump after the second Trump story we talk about, and you're a person who's impacted by it, you should be under suicide watch, because you clearly not only vote against your own best interest, but now you're doing it in a way that is physically hurting you.
I think of them as grown-up toddlers.
Yeah.
Anyway, fuck you if you're one of those people.
Yeah.
I hope you twist your ankle.
Yep. Fall in the shower. All right. Next segment. Have you heard the bad news? There's a shady secret police force hiding behind masks and snatching people off the street. And man, they gotta go. On this segment, we talk about all the nefarious shit immigration and customs enforcement has been up to lately. We call it ICE, baby. Get it? Fade it out, Brett.
Hey, let's ice, baby.
We got some truly fantastic news about ICE. We have talked a bunch on the various pods about what happened when the Albuquerque PD had a bunch of budget money to spend on hiring, but no one wanted to be cops in Albuquerque for some reason. They end up lowering their hiring standards in response and ended up with a police academy recruit class that was just mostly violence-prone cops who'd been quietly let go from their previous jobs.
Common. It's the police equivalent of the pedophile priests that would get shifted away to other places.
Absolutely. It is 100% that. And the fucking DOJ had to step in and tell the Albuquerque PD, hey, you want to maybe stop shooting unarmed people?
I've mentioned this in the past on this show, but when we did a show in Albuquerque, it was on a Friday night, and in the Albuquerque local newspaper, it was like, the best day not to get murdered by the police is Friday. And I believe I posted, and I was like, great news for tonight's show, Albuquerque.
Yeah, I remember when I was there once, I was taking a cab to the airport and I was flying back to LA.
The Sunport, actually.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I think rated the second best airport in the United States in terms of artwork and stuff.
It's a pretty great airport. It's very pretty.
And you can get some banging breakfast burritos there.
Yeah. And 50% of the time, it's the best experience because you're leaving Albuquerque.
Right. One of the best things to do in Albuquerque's fun. I don't want to be too negative. The food slaps. There's a lot of fun stuff to do. There's just a few people
you get murdered by cops that really have short fuses.
Yeah. I brought up the airport because I was flying back to LA and my cab driver was a Muslim guy. And we get to the airport and there's like a 15-mile-an-hour speed limit. And he's like, my friend, I'm very sorry, but I have to observe the speed limit. The police here are constantly looking for reasons to pull people like me over. And seconds after he said that, we drive past a cop who's parked at the side of this road. And he is just glaring out his window as this car passes. And the cab driver goes, See? And you could see it on his face. I got pulled over in Albuquerque on New Year's Eve. An Uber driver gets pulled over and this cop is like, I smell alcohol. Yeah, bitch, it's because we're observing the law and not driving drunk. You think the Uber driver's drunk and not the two party clowns in the back seat?
Yeah, seriously.
Jesus. So yeah, that happened in Albuquerque. And now ICE is doing the same thing. ICE got a budget infusion, Jeff, of $75 billion this year.
I feel like we might be a little misusing our funds, Adam.
I would say so. And a lot of that budget money is meant to double the number of ICE agents to 10,000 by next year.
I don't like that, Adam. I'm going to go out on a limb. I don't think I like that.
I don't like it at all. And it actually gets worse because the problem is lots and lots and lots of the people applying are unable to meet the various standards, mental or physical, required.
It is a great reminder that the most racist people might also be some of the laziest.
Yeah, when I first heard this, I was like, okay, well, yeah, I bet a law enforcement physical test is pretty rigorous. I wonder if I could even pass it. People, this is the fucking test. 15 push-ups, 32 sit-ups, run 1.5 miles in 14 minutes.
And that's not doing all of those things in 14 minutes, but the 1.5 mile run is 14 minutes?
Right.
I mean, guys, I understand that a lot of people cannot run 1.5 miles in 14 minutes. I get it, but you shouldn't be signing up for law enforcement.
No.
If you can't run 1.5 miles in 14 minutes, you have no business being out there because, and here's the fun part, is when people do not have the physical acumen to do the job effectively, they resort to easier but more problematic ways to deal with those things.
Yep, 100%.
That's where it really comes down to. Guy can't do 15 push-ups. That means he can't fucking hold somebody down, which means if somebody gives him a hard time, he's going to fucking shoot him.
Yeah.
He's going to beat him with a fucking nightstick.
Or if he can't catch a person who's running, he's just going to shoot him in the fucking leg.
Shoot him in the fucking back.
And here's the thing. I say shoot him in the leg. And when I say that, I'm implying that person would have some sort of training. They're also lessening the amount of training required to go out in the field. They're loosening these physical restrictions, lessening the amount of training time they're going to have. And that in turn is absolutely going to lead to more abuses by ICE. 100%.
They're so excited to do racism.
Yeah.
That they're like, well, we got to get these fucking out of shape pieces of shit out on the street as quickly as possible. And it's also like they want to sign up for ICE now.
Yeah.
These are people coming out of the fucking Ozarks. They're like, oh, man, you trying to tell me I could shoot a Mexican to let him out of here? And it's like, yeah, man, you are 30% Mountain Dew. That's not going to work. And they're like, well, okay, come on in.
So, yeah, it's not going to go great. Should we do our next segment?
Yeah, man, I guess.
Fact. The day that's happening right now, it's happened before. Last year, and the year before that, and the one before that even. And we have a word for things that happened before today. We call that history. And we're about to talk about some right now. Welcome to this day in history. Ooh, faded out, Brett. Oh, history. You familiar? Familiar with history?
I am not. I've never heard of it.
Were you alive in 1994?
I was a budding young man. I was 12, or I guess on this day in history, I had just turned 13.
I was graduating from high school in 1994. So also a young up-and-comer.
A young Republican.
Big day in history. This day in history, October 27th, 1994. That is when the Justice Department revealed that finally the United States prison population had exceeded 1 million people.
Ooh, 1 million prisoners for Americans. And that was 94, but we've cut that back through a lot of social services and stuff. I mean, we're getting the heat of Clinton. And we know Clinton was soft on crime. There was no bills about crime happening for Bill here.
Liberals notoriously soft on crime. Like
yeah.
Joe Biden, who helped author the crime bill that paved the way for this to happen.
They love helping people unless they have to see them.
Right.
That's the big thing. It's like, we got to help homeless people, except that one that I'm seeing over there taking a shit. It's like, that guy needs your help too, you know?
Yeah. And they will help that guy by having Gavin Newsom drone strike him someday.
Yeah. Or having Nancy Pelosi do some worthless symbolic gesture, like breaking a crown.
Yeah. Thanks, Pelosi.
Fucking useless.
The 1 millionth prisoner, do you think it was one of those things where lights and sirens started going off, confetti popped up in the air, and then they just beat the shit out of the guy?
They won 10,000 shivs, yeah.
Yeah. That figure, 1,012,851, that was only counting federal prisons. There were another 500,000 or so people in local and state prisons at the time.
Hanging out in the pen.
Yeah. So in 1994, the vast majority of prisoners were male and behind bars on drug-related convictions. When I was reading this article, I got to that sentence and was like, are we going to add anything else or just that they were all male? Oh yeah, they get to it. Huge racial disparity, if anyone can believe that. At this point in history, black males made up more than half of the prison population at the time, but only 13% of the overall U.S. population.
I love when that's used as a common racism point.
Yep.
And it's like, hey, you're actually almost discovering something that is the opposite of what you're trying to push.
Yeah. And it's frustrating that a lot of people just can't make that connection.
Yeah. Some people are just very stupid or they're just very racist and they want to prove their points.
Yeah, there are a lot of racists out there who are just pretending not to be. So there's that too. Also a huge disparity in those facing death sentences at the time. Of 2,890 of those prisoners, 42% were black males.
Get out of town.
Go figure. Also, I keep saying at the time as if any of this shit has changed. It has, but for the worse. All of the disparities are still there, but now there's even more people in prison. The U.S. has a higher incarceration rate than most countries. We are number 5 in the world.
And by that, we mean percentage-wise, not numbers-wise. Because we're number 1 in numbers.
Yeah,
baby.
Numbers were way ahead. But per capita in the United States, 531 per 100,000 people are in prison, which is enough to make us 5th place. The only countries with higher incarceration rates are El Salvador, Cuba, Rwanda, and Turkmenistan. Good on Turkmenistan. Working your way up into that group.
Is that some fascism shit? I'm not fully aware of Turkmenistan, but is this one of those ones where if you're Armenian, they put you in jail or something like that? I would like to add, too, that El Salvador being on that list, it's like, okay, but we're helping. We're sending some people over to El Salvador. We're like, hey, you want to?
Yeah, sort of. But that's why that guy is so popular, because he threw everyone in prison. They had like 6,000 murders in 1 year at one point, and their population is 6 million. And most recent figures, they had like 120 murders. So they got a robust prison population in El Salvador. That's kind of their business. I think that's why he reached out and was like, send them here.
Did we do that? Did the CIA set that up?
Which thing?
The El Salvador and the leader of El Salvador imprisoning all these people. Is this an us thing? Because we do that a lot, especially in Central and South America. We're like, hey, what if we set up a dummy government? What if we disrupt your shit?
I don't think in this case that what happened in El Salvador was us. Granted, we are absolutely responsible for MS-13 becoming a thing. We supported causes in El Salvador that led to a civil war, that led to a lot of people fleeing as refugees. A lot of them ended up in South Central Los Angeles, surrounded by LA street gangs, and they were like, well, I guess we got to be a gang of our own. That is how MS-13 was born.
Which honestly, heartwarming, coming together.
Yeah, just a tale of coming together in the face of adversity. And then we deported all of them back to El Salvador, where MS-13 took hold there also.
Here's your guys back. We flavored them.
Yeah, and now they are all in prison in El Salvador.
Oh, good times. Good times. Yeah, this is bad. Incarceration rates are bad. We are very aware of that. And while we understand that there are certainly people that belong in prison,
yep,
that is a reality that we can all accept. At the same time, if you think everybody in prison deserves to be in prison, deserves their sentence, and is in no way a victim of the society that has created the need for those people to exist in that way. And how many people are still in for drug convictions for stuff that's no longer illegal?
Weed. There's still people in prison for weed.
There were 3 strikes people that got fucked up for weed.
Yeah.
3 strikes. That was liberal California.
Hell yeah. Liberal California. I feel like I could write a fucking book about liberal California and how illiberal it mostly is. The fucking Jonestown started here.
The one to me that I find fascinating too is the Dodgers.
Yeah.
Who are in the World Series as of this recording and as of this release, if you're listening to it upon release. They hate the community that loves them.
Yep.
And while the players might not, the owners very much do. The owners own private prison stock.
Yeah.
They are invested in private prisons, including the ones that ICE is using.
Yep.
And the fact that people are like, well, I can support the players. It's like, no, you can't. Fuck you.
Yeah. The only good thing about the Dodgers being in the World Series against the Blue Jays is no matter who wins, MAGA's not going to be happy because it's either Canada or liberal California winning. But
I really hope Canada takes it, man.
I really want the Blue Jays to win this fucking World Series.
Yeah.
One last thing about the prison stuff before we move on. Even with those 4 countries being ahead of us, their prison populations combined are 320,000 people. Prison population in the U.S., right around 1.8 million.
I will say less than I thought after seeing that 31 years ago.
Yeah.
It was 1 million and change. I'm like, oh, you only added 800,000 more people.
Yeah.
Good for us.
Yeah, that's alarming. All right, next segment. Most of us are just regular ass people doing regular ass things all the regular ass time. But not everyone. There are those among us who, unbeknownst to most of the world around them, possess the kinds of powers you only ever see in movies or comic books. This segment is about those people. We call it Everyday Superheroes. Fade it out, Brett. Oh, Everyday Superheroes.
Like me.
Just like Jeff. This is one of those stories that raises more questions than it answers.
It has a mystery in it, and I like that a lot.
It sure does. It has a Rey Mysterio in it. A man tried to rob a guy for his Rolex in West Hollywood last week. Pulled a gun on him and everything in broad daylight, just on a neighborhood street. Victim told police that a man in a dark-colored car was driving down the street, high rate of speed, and then slammed on the brakes near where he and his girlfriend were walking, exits the vehicle holding a handgun, demanded the victim's Rolex. Let's pause. I'm not one to victim blame, but if you are wearing a noticeably expensive Rolex in Los Angeles, please understand people are looking for those. It is so common in LA, and it kind of reminds me of the thing where downtown LA is one of the only areas where gentrification caused a huge uptick in crime because they didn't do anything about the poor people who were still there. They just drop a bunch of rich people into the same area, and a lot of people were like, oh, we can rob them. That'll be cool.
The hell yeah.
Yeah. And it's kind of the same thing. I get it. You have a right to wear your $500,000 watch and go sit on a patio at an expensive restaurant and let the sun hit it and show off to people. But in LA especially, that will get you robbed. That will get you killed. Who was the rapper? Was it Pop Smoke? Was that his name?
The chain one?
Well, no, there was the guy who posted pictures of himself at, I think he was at Roscoe's, and he was wearing a bunch of jewelry, and a guy just showed up there and killed and robbed him. Pop Smoke was a rapper.
Great name, by the way.
Yeah. He was staying at a Airbnb owned by John Mellencamp's daughter, weirdly enough. And he posted a thing on Instagram and didn't realize it showed the address where he was at. And within a couple hours, people showed up and killed and robbed him. It's a thing in LA. And it doesn't mean, oh, LA is a fucking war zone. You can't go anywhere. You can go wherever you want. But there's a lot of places in this country where you shouldn't go wearing a $500,000 watch. Also, sell that shit and donate it to charities that are fighting ICE. God damn.
Yeah. It is definitely one of those things where it's like you have every right to buy and wear the things that you want to buy and wear. And honestly, a Rolex is a frivolous purchase.
Yeah. Yeah.
Status purchase only.
Yeah.
You got to watch on your phone.
And the way it's happening in LA, there was one incident that happened, I think last year. A guy was driving and had his arm hanging out the window of his car, and he was wearing an expensive ass Rolex, and some people in another car just caused a car accident. So they would have to get out and exchange information and just rob the motherfucker when he got out of his car.
Ingenuity at work here in Los Angeles, California.
Yeah, that's the thing. Rich people, you're going to be a target.
But here's the thing. If you're walking around with a Rolex and you can defend yourself.
Yeah, this guy could. The suspect exits this vehicle. He's holding a handgun, demands a victim's Rolex. Victim refuses. Struggle ensues. This is a quote from a neighbor who witnessed everything. But he didn't know that the guy was a retired wrestler, so he was able to get the gun off the guy and wrestle him down. End quote. And after, this is such movie shit, after wrestling the guy to the ground, he takes his gun, knocks it away, and his girlfriend picks it up and chucks it over a fucking fence. So the guy can't get it back. Which, on the one hand, I get it, but on the other hand, what if there was a kid fucking around back there behind that fence?
We don't know if she didn't look over. One would think that during a process like that, there's a big scuffle going on outside and a fucking gun goes over. I don't think there's a loose toddler in the back, front yard. And, they might have even yelled, look out.
And I know there's probably people who are like, oh, but the gun could have gone off. No, that's a myth about guns.
Guns don't really.
Yeah, manufacturers have for the longest time had to put measures in place.
You can modify a gun so it'll do that, but you'll most likely shoot your dick off.
Yeah, why would you do that?
Yeah, that's one of those things too where you hear these stories every once in a while and it's always just robber breaks into 75-year-old former boxer's house.
Yeah.
And it's just like an old man beating the shit out of a 20-something-year-old junkie or something like that.
Yeah.
And then it shows the guy and they're like the fucking cantaloupe-sized eyeball and all that shit. And it's one of those victimless crimes,
Remember Joe Montana? Someone broke in his home and tried to kidnap his granddaughter or something, his baby granddaughter, and he beat the shit out of the guy. And this was like 5 years ago.
I remember there was a story where these guys broke into a house. I forget where it was, but then they looked up and realized they were in Dolph Lundgren's house.
Oh,
They just took off.
Yeah. That's worst of both worlds because that guy will break you and he is a fucking genius.
He's a mechanical engineer.
Yeah.
What a perfect human, what a specimen. There's this one story I remember, and I don't remember when it was, and it may have been apocryphal, but I don't think so, where a guy was trying to get away and he tried hijacking a van, and the van was filled with a group of kids going to a karate tournament.
Yep.
And they beat the piss out of this man.
Yeah, that happened very recently.
Yeah. Wait, I remember it like 10 years ago or something like that.
Oh, I thought it was more recent than that. I don't know. But either way, that story, I believe, is actual and factual. And I want at least a short film about that. So, yeah, we mentioned there's some mystery to this. This former pro wrestler does not want to be identified. So we don't know who it is.
I respect that. I get it.
Yeah, I mean, if nothing else, people are going to be like, oh, you got a pretty nice watch, huh? We're going to come steal it from you.
I do wish I knew who it was.
Yeah, I do want to know.
And the other part is, is it a famous, because you say wrestler, that can mean UFC fighter, like that could mean WWE or something like that.
It's got to be WWE, right?
Yeah, but we're working off of the community saying what it is.
Yeah.
And a reporter saying, oh, it's a wrestler. And I was like, are you sure? What kind? Was it both kind? Was it Kurt Angle?
Yeah.
But also, if you're a robber, if this guy's a former wrestler that beat the piss out of this dude, I'm guessing this dude was pretty big. What the fuck are you doing?
Well, I mean, he had a gun. I think you assume most of the time people are going to see a gun and think, well, my watch isn't worth dying, which it's not, by the way.
There should be a cost benefit analysis that robbers are doing here. I always used to work by, because especially back when I was in my 20s and I was walking around the Worcester area, I was like, no one's going to fuck with me while I'm walking except a junkie, because they don't know how to process the CBA, right? They don't know how to be like, oh, this guy's going to beat me to death.
Right.
You know, if I pull a knife on him or something like that. So that's the only people I was ever afraid of were junkies in Worcester. I was never afraid of anybody that's actually a robber, because they're not going to waste their energy on that. I'm not worth the effort.
And also, listen to your rap songs, Mr. Suspect. If there is one thing I've learned about gun ownership, it's that don't pull that thing unless you plan to bang.
Yeah.
You know? Bombs over Baghdad, baby.
Doing a thing unless you can bang.
But that is I don't know how common knowledge it is, but there is a saying among police, run from a knife, charge a gun.
Yep.
There are lots of people out there who, if you pull a gun on them and you show any fucking hesitancy, they are going to fuck you up and take that gun. And you're probably going to get shot with your own gun.
Yep.
I think that's what happened here. A lot of people just assume, well, I got a gun. This guy's going to do what? Oh, God, I'm getting punched in the face. And that's what happened. So careful who you pull your gun on, everybody.
Have you ever been taught how to disarm somebody before?
I have not, but I sure can shoot. Oof.
Yeah. I can teach you next time I show you.
Yeah. I feel like I have an idea of what kind of... I would be focused on not getting shot in the face, for one thing.
Yeah.
You want to move that gun, I'm assuming.
There's a couple of cool tricks you can do.
Yeah.
The easiest one is you go hands up and then you just kind of wrist grab and then turn.
Yeah.
It's a thing.
My favorite move, I haven't had a chance to try it, but if I'm ever in this situation, I think I'm going to try it. I would pull my own gun.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Shoot the guy, you know?
Yeah. A lot of the best way to disarm is to act afraid and put your hands up, because then you're in a position where you can do something.
Yeah.
And that's fun.
Yeah. I saw a video of a pit bull attacking people in the street once.
A rapper.
Yeah, Dale. It actually kind of confirmed something I suspect about that situation, because what this person did is they started backing up and the dog got on its hind paws and leapt at him, and the person just grabbed both of their legs when those legs went up in the air. What now, dog? Because then you can kick that motherfucker in the stomach. You can do whatever you want.
Fucking whirlwind that thing around, you know?
Yeah, but you got to get that timing right. Otherwise, it's going to eat the heart out of your chest. All right, next segment. Did you know the world is on goddamn fire right now? What part of the world? All of the world. It's enough to make a person ask themselves, or someone nearby, are we doomed? That's the name of this segment. Now let's find out. Fade it out, Brett. Oh, Jeff, we're doomed.
Yes. Next segment.
Next segment. Here's hoping the big one doesn't hit California while Trump is still in office. A few different states that have been hit by various forms of weather, disaster, or calamity recently have applied for emergency disaster relief funds from the American government, as states do in those situations. And Trump, always looking out for his fellow Americans, approved those requests, provided they came from states that voted for him in the 2024 election. Like Alaska, for example. He went on Truth Social and made it clear that he was honored to deliver disaster relief to Alaska because he won big there in 2024. Meanwhile, Illinois and Maryland, both states that did not go for Trump in 2024, were denied those same funds. This, as much as anything else, is proof to me that Trump has no intention of letting midterm elections happen in 2026.
Kind of seems that way, right?
Because I said it earlier and I will say it again. The next time people are allowed to vote, these motherfuckers are going to get wrecked.
They're gripping. You can see the claws being dug in here.
Yeah, just the Epstein shit is going to get these motherfuckers voted out of office if we are allowed to vote again. And stuff like this just makes me feel like that's not their plan. They are not planning to defend their position by way of elections. And the reason I say that is it just stands to reason that there's going to be a significant population of Trump supporters in Illinois and Maryland both. And it would stand to reason that whatever these calamities were that befell these states probably impacted some of those Trump voters. And now Trump is literally saying to those people, fuck you. You live in a state that didn't vote for me. Granted, you voted for me, but that's not good enough. And I cannot stress enough, that's the whole thing with this administration. It's not enough. If you think what you're doing to kiss their ass is going to be enough to save you, it's not. That's not the fucking plan. Again, these are Christian nationalists. Are you that? If not, you're the enemy. It's as simple as that. This is crazy.
I hate it.
Same.
It seems bad. I'm going to go out on a limb and say this, I'm not a big fan.
Yeah, this is especially bad because what does happen next time there is a huge earthquake in California? I would say California is probably better equipped to deal with that than most other states. We could be our own country. We'd be kind of fine.
We'd be at war with America immediately, but yeah.
Yeah, we'd get invaded by ICE, but, you know, we could do it. So I think we'll be fine, but there's a lot of blue states out there that don't have the resources California has. And if something devastating happens there, Trump is literally going to let people die.
I mean, that we know.
Yeah.
Trump letting people die. It's very bad. And I don't know how to get certain people to care that it's bad.
Yeah.
When they see things like this and they'll just be like, oh, this is a thing. Yeah. It's not, it's okay when you guys do it. It's like, we never did that.
Yeah. It's the kind of thing that's going to have to impact them personally. And even then, there's some people who are...
I think some people are willing to not care that they're so bought into it. It's literally like some members of the cult want to drink the Kool-Aid and some have to be forced to.
Yeah, I think there are a lot of people who will stop at nothing to not be wrong and not be proven wrong. I bring it up all the time in relation to wrongful convictions. You see all of these true crime documentaries where evidence is presented that makes it very clear the person being prosecuted or the person who's been incarcerated for years and years and years is actually not guilty. But then you'll have a prosecutor who's like, but I don't want to be wrong.
Yeah, they don't want that black mark. The thing about a prosecutor in general is when it gets to court, their job is to put you in jail.
Yeah, even if they find out you don't deserve to be there. And that is why I've said a million times that if you are working in that capacity and you knowingly ignore evidence that would have exonerated a person and they served a lengthy prison sentence,
you should go to jail.
Yeah, if it's proven, you should go to prison for that same amount of time.
Absolutely.
Prosecutors should always have that threat hanging over their head.
It's like qualified immunity with police. And they're like, well, how are we going to catch the bad guys if we have to be held accountable? And it's just like, you don't get to have the job if you can't do it right.
Yep.
That's the thing. And this thing where people are like, it's the most dangerous job. The fuck it is. Yeah. Policing is legitimately one of the safest jobs that exists on this planet. And the only reason they think that it's dangerous because there's fucking classes going around telling fucking dipshit Barney Fifes that they're going to get shot in the face every time they pull somebody over.
Yep. Warrior police.
That shit is so embarrassing. It's not. It's just not. I mean, it's famously memed. Being a pizza delivery driver is 18 times more dangerous.
Yeah, I would imagine. I bet truck driver is significantly more dangerous than police officer.
Although a lot of those guys are pretty much the same guys, if I'm being honest.
Well, yeah, probably just disgraced cops.
Sure. I worked at a trucking company, and I also used to train state troopers how to fight pretty much around the same time. Very similar spaces.
Yeah, I would imagine. All right, last segment.
Nay, I.
Nay, I.
Hey, everybody. Seems like you got something going on.
Oh man, Clippy's back, sorta.
So excited to be here. Oh, I heard my name was coming up in this one, so I decided to show up. What are we talking about, guys?
You still aren't really coming back, Clippy.
What's that?
This time around, Clippy's name is Miko.
Oh, well, that's kind of a weird name, but I guess I can roll with it.
It is a blob-shaped cartoon face.
Well, that ain't me.
That will be a feature of Windows AI Copilot, which is probably already on your computer if you haven't uninstalled it yet.
I hate it. I hate this.
Yeah.
Boy, they're really trying to cram this shit down our faces, huh?
And you totally can uninstall Copilot, for the record.
Yeah.
It's very easy. You can uninstall it like any other program. And this is Microsoft's attempt to add a little bit of personality to their AI offerings.
I feel like they are consistently missing the point.
Yes.
AI is great if you're a lazy piece of shit, generative AI. If you're a lazy piece of shit that doesn't want to learn how to do anything, AI is awesome.
Yeah.
Right? I understand there are benefits of certain types of AI, but if you need AI to help you write an email, go back to school.
Yeah.
Go back to school. You do not belong in society. If you need Chat GPT to write an email for you, I am disgusted by you.
Yeah. Yeah. It's nuts, the things people are using this shit for.
How many liters of water do you need to burn to avoid writing an email?
Lots, as it turns out.
So many, yeah.
You got to keep those nuclear reactors going.
You know what Clippy didn't do?
Destroy the environment.
Destroy the environment. He's just like, hey, I'm hanging out on your computer. You want some help writing that email? You'd be like, all right, Clippy, that's fine.
Yeah. The only advantage this thing has is that you can disable it. Clippy was inescapable.
You couldn't kill me.
Couldn't.
I'm an immortal deity.
I wonder, can you put Clippy on your computer now?
I bet you could get a Chrome extension. I bet there's a Chrome extension for having Clippy.
Yep. There is a Chrome extension called Clippy that will add Clippy to every website you visit, and you're a damn fool if you think I'm not adding that right now.
Hey, seems like you're looking at some boobs.
I just opened the Wikipedia about Pop Smoke's murder, and Clippy is just down here blinking at me.
He's like, hey, things are getting weird on your computer. You need any help with that?
Oh, Clippy, I'm glad you're back.
Hey, man, I'm back, but in a bad way. I'm sort of like Anakin Skywalker, and this shit's Darth Vader.
This is a quote about Miko. When you talk about something sad, you can see Miko's face change. You can see it dance around and move as it gets excited with you. It's in this effort of really landing this AI companion that you can really feel. And, quote, are we going to be able to fuck this thing? It sounds like that's what they're aiming for.
We're going to fuck this thing, right? Also, if I may posit a theory, the internet, specifically social media and the existence of all of the shit that we have on our phones has created a disconnect so deep that we're having a hard time recognizing emotional reaction through a screen. Yeah. This AI seems like an attempt to course correct that, where it's like, this is what a smile looks like when something's talking to you. You remember that? Remember talking to fucking people? Because people have gone fucking off the rails with human interaction.
Oh, 100%.
The one thing that I think is crazy prevalent, and it's one of the most upsetting things I can think of, is when people do food and package delivery and they just hide from the delivery person and they want that person to go away. It's this thing where it's like, I don't even want to have to see a person.
Yeah.
In this existence, I just want my $45 McDonald's order to be left on my doorstep.
Well, I will say, if you're referring to DoorDash, they have to take a picture of your order. So if you don't want to be in that picture,
you'd be like, I'd fucking hold it up.
Yeah. But I mean, some people don't want to be.
But it's a lot of that whole thing where people are just so desperate to not interact with human beings.
What I get, and this is kind of the flip side of the DoorDash thing, I order marijuana quite often. And a thing I see all the time is people are so fucking hesitant to just knock on your door. Just fucking ring the doorbell. I'll get texts like, I'm in front of your house.
It's that disconnect, man, because so many people are like, why are you knocking on my door?
Yeah. Do you not know how to get someone's attention in their own home? There's a doorbell right there. Ring it. Ring it.
That's one of the other things, is the Yelpification of these delivery services, where if they're like, knocked on my door while I was trying to watch fucking Love Island or whatever, I was busy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think it feels like we have become detached from humanity. And
you think
it's not just one side that is that way. I see it a lot among a lot of the people that I know, is that there is this dehumanization of people that work in the service industry now.
Yeah, you see it with customer service a lot. And that idea that, oh, call customer service and yell enough, you'll get what you want. It's like, no, you won't. No, you won't. Those are people you're dealing with. They will go out of their way to make sure you don't get what you want in that situation. So yeah, Clippy. This is a quote from Brian Reimer, author of the book, How to Make AI Useful. It was not well attuned to user needs at the time. Microsoft pushed it, we resisted it, and they got rid of it. I think we're much more ready for things like that today. And
fuck you, Brian.
So he's just saying Clippy was ahead of his time.
I think he's also being like, we're about ready for Microsoft Word to report to the president what you're writing.
Yeah, this is how eventually Microsoft Word documents will compel people to commit suicide.
It's weird that the way they're describing it, it reminds me there was this, I believe Nickelodeon, Nick Jr. had a character called Face. I remember it would show up when I was babysitting my niece and my nephew, and it was just the screen would turn a color and it would just be a face and it would move around and interact.
Oh, yeah.
Like, hey, it's me, Face. You know, ooh, we're having a good time watching the fucking Bear in the Big Blue House or whatever.
I hope Miko sounds like that. I might reconsider.
Hey, it's me, Miko.
Hey.
Hello, it's me, Miko. It seems like you're trying to write an email. Why don't you step aside? Let Miko take care of that.
Write your own emails, people.
Write your own fucking emails.
There's some technological advances where I'm like, how did we fucking survive without this? GPS being one of them.
GPS is a great example.
Never going back to paper maps. I mean, until the grid collapses, obviously.
We're going to have to get back into our cartography.
But then shit like this, Chat GPT, write my email.
How valuable is your laziness?
Yeah.
How important is it to you to be a lazy piece of shit?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I know it's easy for us to find our justifications, especially if, say, you disagree and you like doing that. You can justify it all you want. I still will not respect your decision.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm sorry if you have ADHD. Develop a coping strategy and fucking utilize it. I do too. Doesn't mean I'm going to need a fucking robot to write my emails.
Yeah. And I'm not a big get off my lawn. I don't like change. That's not the thing. It's just this is bad and in most cases unnecessary. It reminds me of, I know this is a weird comparison, but it kind of reminds me of whole body deodorant. Just find out why your dick stinks the second you get out of the shower. Go to a doctor and address that. Don't just spray shit on it. We've survived so long without coating our entire bodies in deodorant.
Have you considered drying off in front of a fan instead of getting out of the shower and throwing your clothes onto your wet body?
I don't get it. Every one of those commercials is like, you can spray it in your cooch too. Get your pH balance in order. What the fuck's going on down there?
Folks, you'll be surprised what a fan can do for your gens when you're drying off.
Or whole body deodorant.
Yeah. A blow dryer. Guys, you want to put a little baby powder down there? Don't do talcum powder. Don't go back in time and put talcum powder on there. But a little baby powder on there, a little cornstarch. Yeah. Dry it up a little bit. You know, clean up the cave, folks.
Yeah. Or just stop showering and use whole body deodorant full time. Yeah, I think one of the commercials does say it's more effective than showering, which shut the fuck up. What are you talking about?
I mean, at what?
Exactly.
That's the question. At smell?
At making you smell like patchouli? Sure.
I look forward to clogging the shit out of my pores with your fucking designer imposter's dick perfume.
Yeah.
No, thanks.
Oh, man.
No. I'll shower and then here's the thing is I shower. I have a serum for my face. I've got an under eye cream. I've got lotion and I also dry myself all the way off and I'm doing all right.
Yeah. I can make it through most days. Just one shower. You know, it holds up. I don't know what it is. Maybe we're just built different.
Wash your asshole.
Yeah.
That's huge. That is a huge thing. Make sure your asshole's clean.
Yeah. Controversial, but wash that butthole. Wash it.
Hey, it says here trying to wipe your ass. Have you considered making sure you're done? Thanks, Clippy.
Thanks, Clippy.
Don't forget, some wet wipes shouldn't be flushed.
It says right on the package. Why are you flushing those? All right. I think that's our episode, right? We did it. Miko, are we done?
Yes, it seems like you guys are done. But if you want to record another podcast, we could talk about how great the president is. Or you're going to jail.
No, thank you, Miko.
Get out of here, Miko. These are my friends, not yours. All right.
That's the real civil war that's coming. Clippy versus Miko.
I'm Team Clippy all day.
Yeah, I'd watch that movie. So, hey, Jeff, thank you for doing the pod, except for Jeff.
Oh.
What do we have to plug before we get out of here? Read my writings, adamtoddbrown.beehive.com. We're also going to make some changes to the, like, sort of how the network's set up, but not really. It's just shuffling some things around, making it easier for me. And I think we can all agree that's what's most important. Also, subscription prices are going to go down a little bit because times are rough. And that's all I got to plug. Jeff, what do you want to plug?
Well, now I feel bad because I'm not dropping my subscription prices over at patreon.com/Jeff May, where you can get early access to uncensored episodes with bonus content of shows like Jeff Has Cool Friends, plus early access to Nerd with Dre Alvarez. We did Aliens. He hadn't seen Aliens until this month.
That's wild.
Isn't that crazy? Come on, Dre, watch Aliens again. And the Monthly Flow with Andrea Gazzetta. Tom and Jeff watch Batman over on Gamefully Unemployed. I'm at Hey There Jeffro 2 on Instagram. I'm at Jeff Has Cool Cards on the YouTube. And of course, if you want to see me live, head on over to Blast from the Past, where you can see Mint on Card on the second Friday of every month, except December. It's the first Friday. But other than that, fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah. Let's get out of here. Jeff, say goodbye.
You get the Clippy rookie card, everybody.
Goodbye, everybody. We love you.
Jim it back.